Hey everyone, welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy. And last time we were continuing on with Trials and Tribulations, and we were on episode 3, the recipe for Turnabout, and we did the part 4-1 trial last time. Now we're on to part 4-2. So last time we had Armstrong, the owner and also cook for that one Tres Bien, the French restaurant, and he was lying to the judge and everyone else because he was afraid of Tigre, the tiger or whatever, the phony Phoenix Wright or whatever, the tax, what was he? Loan officer. Yeah, he gave out loans and stuff like that, but he was kind of illegally doing it. But today we are going to have Tigre on the stand, and we're going to be questioning him about what he knows about it. So let's go ahead and go back into it. Okay, January 8th. So we're finally going to see the tiger on the stand. Yeah. Almost got this case won now, Nick. Okay, I'm more afraid that Tiger will get on the stand, Tigre will, and then they'll be like, wait a second, is that Phoenix Wright on the stand? And I'm like, no, I'm right here. I wish I could agree. Huh? When I cross-examined Mr. Armstrong just now, he said he was just doing what Tiger told him to do. But Godot picked up on it, remember? He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testified is the truth. You mean, you think Armstrong was lying? It's a possibility, I don't know. But for what the line of prosecution takes, we could be in trouble. I get the feeling that we don't have a case making evidence. We're going to need it. Hey, pal. What comes you? Hey. Why are you so jumpy about, detective? Your hair's standing on end. That's calling the pot calling the kettle black, little top knot. It's not a top knot. It kind of looks like a top knot. Never mind about the hair. Just calm down, alright? I can't stand still when I don't have a job to do. I kind of get wound up. No kidding. You just gotta do something. You gotta have something you need me to do, pal. Oh, you want something to do? Okay. Well, I'm gonna take a jog back to the precinct. I could get some prints analyzed for you. An hour. The trial will have reconvened by then. But Nick, we still don't have the really decisive piece of evidence, right? The bottle, right? We don't have any fingerprints for the bottle. You said you could get some fingerprints done? In that case, would you mind checking... Where is it? The small bottle. Is that right? If you're going back, could you find prints on this? Oh, hey. That's the small bottle I gave you back this morning, right? Yeah, I think it's time for we solve the last mystery of who the prints on this belong to. Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing me too. Okay. Hopefully we don't need that for the, part of the trial. Okay, I'll be right back. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I get back. No promises. This is pretty much the final showdown, I guess. It's time to separate the phonies from the real guys. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Godot, did you find this Furio Tigre? I even tamed him for you. It was a 3-cup job, no problem. Oh, 3 cups of coffee to tame him? Dang. He's pretty lively, but be careful. He still bites. Very well, please show Mr. Tigre to the stand. Oh gosh, his face is still really red like a tomato. Oh! He actually growled! Okay. Oh, Maya ran? Oh gosh. Oh, she's hiding, okay. What do you... What you say to me? Nothing. I didn't say nothing. Who could have guessed the fear could induce a bad Brooklyn accent in the judge? I got business to take care of, and you hear me? So who called me into this hole? Was it you, Spiky? No, of course not. It was the Oh. Your Honor? Oh dear, I seem to have dropped my pen. Where on earth is it? Don't mind me, I'll just carry on with the proceedings as normal. That's it, we're doomed. The judge doesn't want to do anything. Maybe you didn't hear me. I said, who the hell was it that called me in here? It's Mr. Godot there, right? There's no need to shout, we can all hear you. What'd you say to me? There's no point struggling. You're caught in the snare, the relentless snare of the law. And I'm the one that hauled you in. Too cool. Don't let him get the better of you, Nick. Let's start with the basics. You know about the incident in question, correct? Incident? I don't know nothing about no stinking incident, Mask Boy. You mean you didn't attend the previous trial of Maggie Bird? Maggie who? I've got more important things to do than watch courtroom dramas. Of course. Well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then. Please tell us about what you did on the day of the murder. Huh. Phoenix, Wright. You the one who set this up, didn't you? You're gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying? Maybe I should have brought a diaper with me today. No, you should have wore brown pants, okay? Get a grip, Nick. Okay, the tiger's alibi. Let's see how crappy it is. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year, spent all my time in the office. I got whales lined up to borrow cash from tender lender every single day. You just want to check my alibi? Just ask Valletta. Okay, we might have to ask her. Ah, at last I found my pen. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Oh, yeah. What is it? Please, witness, if you could refrain from shouting out like that. I know the kind of game that guy in the blues plays. That lowlife ain't no lawyer. He just punches away at stupid details till he wins. Lowlife? Me? What? Listen up, smarty. Every time you're asking some dingling that doesn't relate to this case, I'm gonna bill you $50,000 and you're gonna borrow the cash from me. No, I don't think I am. No. That's one loan contract I refuse to sign. And don't think it ain't gonna hurt when you tangle with the tiger. Ha! I love a good spectator sport. Just a minute. That's really not. This witness is, how can I put it? A hungry tiger roaming the urban jungle. Get on his bad side and he'll bite everyone's head off. Yours too. Very well. I have no choice but to impose a penalty system here. You better be listening. I said I got business to take care of. Big business. Okay. If I don't split now, I ain't gonna catch a bus. The court will impose a penalty for any irrelevant pressing of the witness. Keep that in mind as you begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. So I can only press on certain ones? I press on everything! What the heck? Okay. Yes, Your Honor. You can do it, Nick. Come out from under there already, would you, Maya? Please, I need someone to help me. Okay, so we're going to listen to all of them first, and then... Well, actually, we already listened to it, so... Don't know nothing about no murder? Okay, there's not... I don't think there's really anything we can learn about that. Tied up with business last December. Spent all my time in the office. I kind of want to press on that one, but we'll look through all the rest. Got whales lined up to borrow cash. I'm going to check my alibi, ask Valletta. Yeah, there's literally nothing else to press on except for that one. I'm not an idiot, you know? Oh. Okay. Anyways, I need to work this guy without pressing this testimony too hard. Gotta find an opening. Okay. So yeah, this second one right here, we're going to press on it. And hopefully I don't have to spend $50,000. Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago, you know. You see these teeth? That's how sharp my secretary is. Sharp? Is he talking about Viola? She writes everything in my scheduler. December, mainly in the office. That's what it says, so that's where I was. That seems like a rather sketchy schedule. Judge. There he goes again. Losing his pen. What's important is what he was doing on the day of the murder, so now what? Press harder. Mr. Tigre? What you want? If you wouldn't mind going into a bit more detail. What were you doing in the office? This is a dead-end tried, and you know it. Remember the rules. No, it's essential that we establish the witness's alibi accurately. I agree. The victim was killed on the 3rd of December. Okay. Were you in the office that day too? Maybe you ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. I had meetings all day and a bunch of cats wanting to do business with me. I never seen that young kid before. I do believe the witness's last statement was important. Mr. Godot, if you could please. Mr. Tigre, the court asks you add the last statement to your testimony. Huh. Don't let the animal beat you. Be a man, Your Honor. Be a man. Come on. Never saw that kid before? Okay. So we do know that the kid was going to be meeting Tigre because of his calendar here. Meet with the tiger. So that's a lie. Mr. Tigre, you claim you didn't know him, but it appears that he knew you. What? He left this little note on his calendar. Meet with the tiger on December 3rd. Huh, December 3rd. That's the day of the murder. So, Mr. Tigre, I submit that you did indeed know him. Because on the very day of the incident, you met with him. Grr. Not bad. You say not bad. Sorry? I was just messing with yous. To see how good you were. What? You mean you're lying? Okay, do you hear that, Nick? He said you're not bad. That's one compliment I can do without. Plus, he's lying through his teeth exactly. Witness, please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated. You just called me a liar? Is that what you doing? Ruh-roh. So you're saying that your claim to have never seen the kid before is truth? I said I'm dead serious. You better believe that's the truth. Then I'd say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. That is, while you testify for the court again, Mr. Tigre. Yes, would you mind indulging the court witness? He never actually met the victim? That's gotta be a lie, right? Yeah. It's time to nail this guy. Okay, the victim. I ain't no liar. I never met him. There was some lame guy with that name, though. Wanted to borrow cash from me. I set up a meeting with the guy at my office, tender lender. I waited around for him, but he ain't ever show. I ain't never even been to that Trace BN joint you hear. I see. That all seems perfectly logical. You had arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up. You heard it. Pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead. Very well. You may begin with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Didn't I tell you I got a big deal going down today? I ain't gonna make my bus now. I'm gonna have to take the express train. That bill's going straight to you. Right. Okay. So, I still can't press on multiple things, right? I'm guessing. Okay. I ain't no liar. Never met him. There's some lame guy. Set up a meeting with the guy. Ain't never show. I ain't never been to Trace BN. Don't we have something? That's right. I was going to say the Trace BN matches. I thought we found them in his office. Yeah, so if you've never been there, how did you have the matches? Mr. Tigre, is there something you'd like to tell the court about these matches? Matches? What you talking about? We found them in your office at Tinder Lender. They're from that restaurant. If you've really never been there before, what was the book of restaurants matches doing in your desk? Or on your desk? You been snooping around in my stuff now? Wise guy? What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no board controlling me. Order? Well, witness, I think it's time you started telling us the truth, don't you? Sorry, I'm terribly sorry. Forgive me, please. I ain't no pussycat. I don't go back on what I said. But okay, I was at the joint that day. He keeps lying through his teeth. Come on. But listen good, alright? I might have been there, but I never met that kid. Well, well. He's lied this many times. He must be lying about this. Looks like an order just came in for another testimony. Okay, let's go. I'm this close to proving it was him. He did meet Glenn that day, and he did put the poison in his coffee. He must have. Okay, at Trace BN. I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly scene. The guy was laid out over the table stiff as concrete. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it's gonna be, so I split. I heard the cop sirens on my way out, and I went straight back to my office. I see. You didn't actually meet with him in the end, then? Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. We'll try again. Hold it. If I wait around here any longer, I ain't even gonna make the normal express. No more stupid questions. I asked only the important ones, okay? No problem. Anytime Tripe presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see he pays a penalty. That's my job, Mr. Godot. Your job is to slam that little hammer of yours and call a guilty verdict. So do it. Yes, sir. The Special Express ain't cheap, right? So since you's paying. Oh. Oh, man. Doesn't the rule of law mean anything around here? Okay, at Trace BM. I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant. When I opened the door to the scene, I saw one ugly scene. The guy was laid out over the table stiff as concrete. I figured if the place wasn't hot, it's going to split. I heard the cop's sirens on my way out. Okay. What do you think? He's running out of ways to avoid the truth. I need to press him fast before he has time to think of things. Okay. I gotta come right back with him in contradiction. Okay. So... Okay, he was laid out stiff as concrete. Okay, so he had to walk into the restaurant a little bit to see that. You mean you saw him? The dead body? I guess I did, but I only saw him from behind. He was wearing some raggy little cloth he called a hat. What time was this? I don't know. You know what winds me up more than anything else in the world? Watches. Round watches. I ain't gonna pollute my paws with some ticking henpecker. Out of interest, Mr. Tigray, what winds you up the most? The second most? Okay. What do you think? Square watches. So he just hates watches. Okay. This guy for real? Look, all I need to know was that something bad was going down in that place. Okay, so you split. Okay, let's press on this one too. So you didn't actually set foot in the restaurant? He's a busy cat. Don't hang around. If he didn't step foot in, he wouldn't have saw the dead body. I ain't got time to be caught up in a murder investigation. So, when exactly did you pick up the matches? Good point. These are matches just inside the front door. Our detective friend wound up in trouble with the chef after taking 5 books home. Gumshoe. Poor Gumshoe. Okay. So, we pressed on those. I don't see anything else for this. Okay. Okay. So, what if... What if we present the floor play? Oh, darn. I wanted it right there. Yeah, so if he was on there, if he didn't step foot inside, he would not have been able to see the guy's body. So where's the floor plan? Yeah, if he was right here, he would not have been able to see the guy's body right there. So let's go ahead and present that. Yeah, he would have been able to get the matches, but he wouldn't have been able to see the body. You're something of a lone collecting pro, aren't you? No one escapes the tiger's clutches. Well, I'm something of a lie detector pro. And no one escapes Phoenix's clutches. I think it's time we got something straight. What's this, Trite? A new line of irrelevant questioning? These are the floor plans of the crime scene. You say we were standing at the entrance. Yes. From there, your field of vision would be covered this area right here. Indeed, the witness would have had a clearer view of the victim's seat. If there wasn't a wall there, come on. I saw the back of the kid's head. Unfortunately for you, that is impossible. If the court would think back, you remember that between each tables is a little divider wall, a partition. That's true. Now look at the plans again. The truth is plainly obvious. From the entrance, the field of vision of any customer walking in ends here. He's sweating! We're getting him. Okay. So, from the entrance of Trace BN, you couldn't have seen the victim's seat. But you did see the victim that day because you met with him. Wrong! Have you forgotten the old man testimony yesterday? The victim was alone at his table. We did also learn that there was a phony, okay? But the defense just proved the point to the moot. The victim witnessed by Mr. Kudo was not Glenn, but a fake. What? In order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify, the real killer posed as the victim he had just killed and acted out a charade. Wait, so are you saying Tigre was the fake Glenn? This trial has gone on long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was the real killer who impersonated the victim? You say the killer murdered Glenn, and they impersonated his victim in a performance for Mr. Kudo. Reveal the identity of this criminal. It had to be him, right? Like, who else do we have? Okay, let's look at the profiles. So, Viola, we know, was the server, okay? It wasn't him. It had to be Tigre. It had to be him. Obviously, the killer is Furio Tigre. No one else could have done it. What? Well, witness, now that's cute. That's cute. You think you can pin this on the tiger? Maybe you just didn't understand. I dares you to say it again. Come on, you got the guts. You can't threaten me, Mr. Tigre. It's a defense. Go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. Wright. I ran away, Mr. Wright. Sounds to me like it must be you, old man. You just got guts, I'll give you that. Mr. Wright, don't leave me to handle this alone. Ha! Perhaps I can end this embarrassment. Mr. Godot, please help. Let's just go over the testimony, okay? Mr. Kudos. The old man didn't see that victim. Oh, no. Servant girl brought him a coffee, but put something in it. There's no question about it. She was very conspicuous, put some white powder in there. Was the victim he saw that real victim or not? The fact remains he saw the accused put poison in the coffee. Yes, very impressive, Mr. Godot. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack. Ha. Ha ha ha. Found your pen at last, Trite? It was in my pocket. But anyways, Mr. Kudo witnessed two people that day. He saw the victim, the supposed Glenn, and the waitress from behind. Yes, your point, Mr. Wright. I think the conclusion is obvious. If this Glenn was really the killer in disguise, then surely it's possible the witness was also, the waitress was also part of the show. You mean the waitress was an imposter as well? And I know just the woman that could be. She fell unconscious after the incident. And someone used her fainting to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her. Who on earth was it? The waitress. I know who it is. Her, Viola. Who is this woman? Her name is Viola. She's an employee of Tinder Lender. You're making a big mistake. Did you know how Valletta's grandfather is? You know who he is? You better be going home in an armored truck tonight if you know what I mean. Or I'll be going home in a body bag. Stop shaking, Nick. Where was I? Yes, the defendant, Miss Bird, has stated the following. Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it was true there was another customer at the restaurant. She was sort of creepy, and she had a kind of cackly laugh. That's her. That's her. There are just too many contradictions in this case. The second man at the victim's table, who nobody but Miss Bird seemed to have seen. The earpiece worn by the victim in the left ear when the eardrum was ruptured. And the radio show he was supposedly listening to half an hour after it was over. There is only one logical explanation that clears up all the contradictions. The whole incident took place twice. Once for real, once for show. And Mr. T. Gray here, the only person who could have committed the crime, is you. Witness, what have you got to say for yourself? That's cute. Sorry, that's cute. That's all you have to say. You's alright. I could do with a guy like you around. What do you mean? Okay, I'm in on this game. I'm going to have to charter a jet to get me to my meeting now. But I'm going to give you one more thing to think about before I go. Something to think about. You've got it all wrapped up nice, huh, Mr. Wright? But you missed out on one real important thing. That can't be. I was in the joint that day, and I met that kid too. But I couldn't have poisoned him. What? Do you really expect us to believe you now? What a troublemaker. Troublemaker? Looks like we're going to have to need another one for the road. Another coffee. One more steaming cup of hot testimony. Oh, okay. Indeed. Witness, you will explain yourself to the court. I'll give you one more chance to testify. What happened the day that traced bien between you and the victim? Yeah, I loaned him cash, about $100,000 worth. That day, he was due to have a little chat. The kid had hit his payback date, see? So anyways, he tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten a guy when he starts screaming. Yes, I won $500,000. He got lucky, you know, real lucky. If that waitress hadn't done what she'd done, everything would have been over. What she'd done? I see the principal amount you loaned to him was $50,000. Yeah, well, you've got the VIG to take some account. Interest builds up fast, you know. Faster than fast. $100,000 is twice his principal. The repayment deadline was December 3rd, the day of the incident. Yes. He was lucky. He got that $500,000 just in time. So I ain't have no reason to kill the kid. And if I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no case. His motive, huh? He has to have one. I mean, who wouldn't want $500,000 instead? He could have stole the ticket. Okay, so what do we want to... That day, due to the kid's little chit-chat, he hit the payday date. He tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. How things would have been. Let's present on this, okay? Press. The waitress, you mean? The girl with the glasses in the defendant's chair. Who else could I mean? If she hadn't gone in the way, there would have been bada bing, bada boom, over and done with. How things would have been. Okay, tell me how things would have been. What do you mean? Aren't you all there? What? I'm talking about the cash. I was there to get my 100,000 bucks. That's all. I'm a businessman. It was all coming together before that waitress got in the way. Okay. Other than recouping his loan, Mr. Tigre had no motive to kill the victim. Witness, you will amend your testimony to reflect what you just said. Okay. No other reason to kill the kid. Well, what about the disc that you stole? The MC Bomber disc, yes. This looks like a reason to kill him. So you intended to get back the 100,000, right? I loaned the guy the cash, so that's my right. Unfortunately, I don't believe the $100,000 is what you're really after. Where are you getting at, Mr. Trite? What else would the moneylender be after than money? Oh, the moneylender was after money, but money is totally different league. The kind of money that a single disc like this would fetch. Was it like $1 million or something? A computer virus, Your Honor. A virus called MC Bomber. Computer virus? What does one of those do? A program that wreaks havoc on the insides of a computer. A computer? What does one of those do? I guess the beard isn't the only part of his honor that is from the Stone Age. Okay. I'll explain it to you later. Okay, Your Honor. Right now, this is the important point. A virus like MC Bomber would be worth several $1 million on the black market. Several million? Lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad business. But in this case, the very fact that Glenn had no way of repaying the money is crucial. Glenn was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. That skill was a collateral Mr. Elg put up in order to borrow the money. You're trying to suggest the witness's motive was to get hold of that program. Exactly. The witness may have poor fashion sense, but he is by no means an idiot, Trite. The man like him could get his hands on $1 million without resorting to murder. Of course he could, provided that he had time. But what if he needed the money right then? When the pressure's on, the luxury of choice tends to disappear. It seems you have a logical conclusion for this theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to share it with us? Why did Tigre need money to the tune of $1 million? There was a certain medical bill somewhere. Yes, the medical papers. $1 million bill for cranial surgery. In December of last year, you found yourself in need of a huge amount of money. About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? Involving a car and a scooter in which a young woman was injured. She was taken to the hospital where she underwent surgery. How much of this do you know? These medical papers document the treatment. According to these, the operation cost $1 million. And yet, when the payment was due last month, you somehow managed to pay it in full. $1 million? A preposterous sum. Someone should sue those HMOs. Huh. No one would pay a bill like that. If the medical association got wind of it, the hospital would end up dead as a morgue. But Mr. Trite had no... Oh, Mr. Tigre, sorry. Had no choice but to pay, because his very life depended on it. Yes, Viola's family. The crime family. Order? You say his life depended on it? Indeed it did, simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cavardini. Cadavini? Whatever. Yes. Mob boss, her father was a mob boss, yes, charged in all underworld activities in the city. Doting grandfather, not father. Whatever. Grandfather. Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to the boss, correct? You were desperate to acquire $1 million? So desperate, in fact, you decided to sacrifice Glenn to pay your debt. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on the CD. Glenn had no way of paying back the $100,000. But then a miracle happened. The kind that Tigre would prefer to say never happened. The lottery won, exactly. At the 11th hour, he won $500,000 in the lottery, which left Tigre with no way of getting his hands on the all-important CD. At least no legitimate way. So poison. So he resorted to illegitimate means. That's crazy! No, it's not. He murdered Glenn and then made his next move. To frame Maggie for the crime. Mr. Tigre posed as Glenn, while Viola played the role of Maggie. And then they reenacted the whole thing in order to establish a witness. Mr. Victor Kudo. Yep. Like I said, Trite, that's crazy. No one would pull off a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way the chef could have been kept in the dark about it. He wasn't. Didn't you, weren't you here yesterday? But Armstrong was in on it from the very beginning. Have you forgotten? Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money. $500,000, in fact. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. Tigre's plan. It all makes sense. It all makes sense now. Order, silence. You just put on a good show, Spiky. What? If you just want to stay alive in the loan shark business, you gotta be careful. You saying I dressed up like that kid, created a witness, and framed someone? If I did something crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shirt. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that. I agree. You do? Despite your appearance, you are very careful. That's why you took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure that Maggie had no way out. Another one? Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Trite? What was the trick? The trick. Ooh, ooh, ooh. He pretended to be me. That's what it was, the paper badge. He pretended to be a lawyer, her lawyer. What on earth is that? What an insult to think anyone could be foolish of such a childish imitation. Consider yourself insulted, Your Honor. You didn't just pose as a victim on the day of question. A month ago, in this very court, you posed as me. What? That's the truth. But the witness looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright. Although, now that I do think about it, it was you, wasn't it? No doubt it was you, standing in here just a few months ago. The Phoenix Wright who put up the most disreputable, shabby defense I'd ever seen. Yep, it was him. Can you prove that, Gramps? Prove the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago was this man? Are you prepared to take the stand and testify? It was him? Hey. Forget about it, yeah. Well, he's acting all nice now. I wouldn't do something like that. Not me. You made a mistake, right? It was someone else, huh? Have you no pride, sir? This isn't a matter of pride. In case you didn't know, here in the court, we deal with people's lives. I do know that. I'm dealing with Maggie's life. Mr. God is right, Your Honor. Speaking for myself, I'm absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. However, I preside over this court as the judge with the vested power to hand down a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by a memory without evidence to support it. If the defense has no further evidence, the court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Tigre are dubious for sure, but not conclusive. Are you serious? But we came so far. You say he impersonated Glenn. You say he impersonated you. But none of that adds up to the murder charge. It does! It all lines up. You don't have a shred of evidence that the witness poisoned the victim's coffee. To be fair, we don't have that. Okay. Ha! Sucks to be you, Wright. Don't mess with a tiger, or you're going to get mauled. You get that? All we managed to do was chase him around a bit. But I was so close to getting him to admit his own guilt. Looks like I won't be needing a refill. No, you will. You will. If I had one more piece of evidence. Wait. Do you think Gumshoe's going to bring the small bottle? This witness's cross-examination is over. You're free to go, Mr. Tigre. Come on, Gumshoe. Hold it. Your Honor, sir. Gumshoe! Wait. Just in time, Detective. Sorry I took so long, pal. I staked everything on this, my badge and everything. So here it is. My heart's counting on this, too. What is it, Detective? Isn't it obvious, pal? It's the final decisive piece of evidence. Huh? What? Decisive evidence? Oh, we're getting a recess? Nice. Sorry it took so long, pal. Finally got the results from the lab. About the prints for the medicine bottle. So, who do they belong to? Do you think I'm some kind of hack detective? Of course I know. Tell us, they're tigers, right? I knew it. Ha ha ha, you bet. Clear as crystal, all over the bottle. The Furio tiger's paw prints, alright. We've got him now, Nick. What's wrong? You hardly said a word since Detective Gumshoe got here. He laid everything on the line for us, Nick. I know, look, I'm sorry, this is kind of hard to say, but it really doesn't make any difference whose prints are on the bottle now. Why not? What we need to produce at this stage of the trial is irrefutable evidence that Tiger put poison in Glenn's coffee. Or that someone else did, we know then. He's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his prints are on this bottle, that really doesn't make any difference. I knew it. Great. No matter how hard I try, I'm never of any use. Hey, don't be like that. Don't be so hard on yourself, Gumshoe. This is our last chance to help Maggie. And I've been working on some useless piece of evidence this whole time. It's alright. I'm a real loser. It's not breaking news to me, pal. Detective? Gumshoe? You've been working on something for me? Sorry I let you down, Maggie. I know you didn't do it. And I'm a detective. We're supposed to be able to prove stuff like that. I'm really sorry. I'll get out of your hair now. Detective Gumshoe, wait! He's gone. Isn't there anything we can do now, Nick? Wish there was. Gumshoe worked so hard on the evidence. If only there was some way we could use it. Well, Tigre is still on the stand, so... Yes, Your Honor. I grant you a recess so you could prepare this decisive evidence. Yes. Don't keep us all in suspense. Trite, show us, naturally. We can assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court, can't we? Think, Phoenix. Don't let Gumshoe's hard work go to waste, come on. How much more of my time are you going to waste? I ain't been in no court before, but you lawyers sure know how to blow things out of proportions. No doubt, given the nature of the evidence, it will speak for itself. Nevertheless, you will talk us through it, Mr. Wright. I'm really backed into a corner, but maybe if he thinks he's got me beat, he'll let his guard down. Okay. Present this final decisive piece of evidence. Okay, so it's the bottle. This is the defense's final piece of evidence. Isn't that the victim's... Your Honor? Naturally, the court is already aware of the contents of the bottle. However, interesting new information has come to light. We have clear identifying some fingerprints on it, belonging to Mr. Tigre. What? But, Mr. Wright, what conclusion are you hoping to draw from this new information? Everyone here knows what this bottle contains. What if I lie and say it's poison? Except one man. One person in this courtroom should be theoretically in the dark. That's right. Tigre, right? My prints are on that pansy-looking bottle? Is that what you saying? What's in it anyways? Could it be cyanide, maybe? Mr. Tigre, this is a decisive piece of evidence that will prove you're guilty. Why? Because it contains... potassium cyanide, not the Armstrong oils. Potassium cyanide? The poison used to murder Mr. Elg. The victim's killer used this very bottle. And on this bottle, Mr. Tigre found your fingerprints. Well, how do you explain that? Huh? You make a good clown, you know that? What? You ain't never gonna get this to stick. You're just making me laugh now. You think a cheap bluff like that's gonna fool the tiger? A bluff? I can see straight through you, Phoenix Wright. That ain't the bottle with the cyanide in it. No, no. This is the bottle with the found traces of poison in it. Don't mess with the tiger or you're gonna get ripped to shreds. The cyanide bottle was brown and it made of glass. He admitted it. Oh, how do you know? That cheap piece of trash don't look nothing like it. Well, thank you for telling me about the cyanide bottle. He did it. He did it to himself. Oh. Got him. At least. Got him at last. Yes. What? Why has everyone gone quiet? I said that bottle. Is this bottle you're referring to? Yeah, that's it. That's the bottle with the cyanide in it. But you ain't gonna find my prints on that bottle. Don't let that cozy-looking suit fool you people. That lawyer's just playing games. Tell Mr. Prosecutor. Tell that guy where to go. You still haven't figured it out, have you? Don't you realize what you just said? What? What I said? What did I say? You were summoned to this court for the first time earlier today. You really had nothing to do with the murder. You shouldn't have known anything of any of the details. For instance, you shouldn't have known what kind of bottle the potassium cyanide was in. Yeah. But just now, you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison. You just don't know who you're messing with. I'm the tiger. I control millions of dollars on the black market. You think I'm gonna let some jump-up suit get the better of me? Sure, the last piece of evidence was phony. But that's just what you deserve. The phony trial with the phony lawyer, it was all played out by you, the biggest phony of all. Oh, he's gonna explode. He actually kind of looked like a tiger there. What the heck? Everything's all black and white. Power go out? The power did go out. What's going on? Did his roar break the lights? It looks like a blackout. Well done, Trite. Godot kind of looked cool with his mask. I saved my 17th cup of coffee just for you. He threw it at me! That jerk! That should be... He's done this before. While you watch the police restrain your prey... Okay, I'll finish up whatever left in the coffee cup, or that's on my face. Mr. Wright, you caught a tiger by its toes, but if this one hollers, he won't be let go. Now then, how are things going with Mr. Tigre? He is being arrested on the suspicion of murder. Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. Miss Bird was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney. Yes, she was. In the absence of a genuine evidence. But the tiger made one mistake. Indeed. He very nearly got away with everything, if it wasn't for that one slip of the tongue. Furio Tigre is truly a frightening criminal. The truly frightening one is the defense attorney over there. Well, I am now in a position to deliver my verdict. The court finds Maggie not guilty. Finally. Congratulations! Your second not guilty verdict in this, well, was it last game? In this series. That is all. Court is adjourned. Mr. Wright, I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, sir. Congratulations, Maggie. I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me in all his trouble a month ago. It wasn't me. But now I feel like I can forgive him. That wasn't me, Maggie. That was the tiger, please. Look, Nick, in the doorway. It's Gumshoe. Wait! Gumshoe, come back. Detective Gumshoe? Congratulations, Maggie. Thanks. I knew you were innocent all along. Why didn't you say that in your testimony then? Well, I was... Well, you ran away again. Wait up, detective. Maggie, why are you being so hard on him? He busted his butt for you. It's all thanks to him that we got the medication bottle. That wasn't even of any use. But it's only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. Detective Gumshoe was just running around in circles. Poor guy. Looks like she still isn't ready to forgive him. Can't you put in a good word for him, Nick? Yeah, maybe I was right. Maybe I should put in a good word for him. Maggie, you know, Detective Gumshoe's been really worried about you through all of this. I wanted to believe that, sir. But on the first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up. He didn't have any choice, Maggie. He's a detective. He has to report the facts. He doubted me. That's why he thought I might have done it. I gotta prove to her that Gumshoe really cares about her. It's the lunch, right? Give her the little present to celebrate her freedom? The present? What's the present? Oh! We have another one of these. That's right. Okay. With plenty of weenies. There you go. Another lunchbox. A present to celebrate your freedom. That's a present from Detective Gumshoe, made with tons of love. He said you lost weight and he was worried about you. Detective Gumshoe. I actually really like weenies, you know. And she's hungry. Listen to her stomach. Do you guys hear that? I'm pretty hungry myself. Oh, it's Maya. Never mind. Trials dragged on a bit today, didn't it? There are extra weenies in this. We can always share it. Is it okay if I eat this now? Oh, she's crying eating it. So how is it, Maggie? It's really good. Well, make sure to say thank you to Gumshoe, okay? Make sure to say thank you. He worked really hard. Case is done. The false allegations surrounding Maggie have all been cleared up. Oh, and the lunchbox is cleared, I guess. Recipe for a turnabout end. Well, that ended good, okay? So we are on now. Ooh! Edgeworth is on the picture of this one. Okay, brand new episode is added. Turnabout beginnings. Save. So, we are now on to episode 4, which a lot of these games end on episode 4, except for the first one. Well, actually, those two were Justice for All. Whatever. Anyways, so, now that we have got done with episode 3, next time we'll start out episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings, and Edgeworth was on the beginning, like picture. So probably he's going to be in it somehow. Hopefully he's not in like another murder investigation. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. So, bye-bye.